G'day guys, Mark here and welcome to the Iron Empire. In this episode, the TE Cortina is back and it's all in one colour. Alright guys, bringing to you today the freshly painted TE Cortina. And no, I did not do this. Alright guys, so I've mentioned on the channel many times before, there is so much going on behind the scenes here. It's not all car stuff, unfortunately. There's a lot of stuff going on in life. And I've been struggling to keep up to date with the car stuff. And yes, I outsourced this paint job. So as you guys would have seen in the last Cortina video, I've done a bunch of body work. I got this thing to probably maybe with 95% complete in the way of body work. And then I had the opportunity to palm it off to someone to give this thing a quick lick. And I took it. I took it as quick as I could because as soon as it was ready to go, or nearly ready to go, I just had to keep moving with this thing because this is a project that I will be moving on at some stage. I have had a little bit of interest through the channel. So if people are still interested, hit me up. But I needed to see it hit that potential because the way it sort of was, it just wasn't cutting it. So we had to give it a tidy up. So we've palmed this off, had a tidy up paint job, and it's looking pretty damn good. Now you have to forgive me guys, this has been sitting outside and it is a little bit dusty and dirty at the moment. But as you can see, it is all one color, it's all pretty clean. Now this was a real quick paint job. The downfall to a quick paint job is that you start pushing the product. You don't let all the filler settle properly, you don't let all the primer settle properly, and this is no exception. Because it was such a quick job, there has been a few shrink back areas in the paint, and totally acceptable for this sort of job. So what we need to do now is have a bit of patience, hold on for about at least a month, maybe a bit more if we can. Then we can block the whole car back, give it a polish, and it's gonna come up looking absolutely mint. In the meantime, my plans are to finish this car off and make it actually look the part. And we're gonna start right now today with finally getting rid of these wheels and hopefully getting sorted with this ride height. It's killing me. Annoying. This ain't gonna be straightforward. As you can see, this is probably where I'd like it. It's tucking just a little bit of tyre, not much. Probably maybe an inch of tyre. There's heaps of travel left in the whole rear end, except the new exhaust that has been made for this car. It's like 2.5, probably a bit of overkill. They've designed it with the height it was at, and it is touching already. That's without any suspension trouble at all. So as you can see, it is already looking so much better. Like the whole thing just looks freaking so much better. Man, ride height is like the most important thing on any car. Well beyond condition, wheels, bloody anything, color, who cares? If the ride height is right, it's going to look good. But I have to do a few modifications. I might have to heat up the exhaust and bang it in because I want this thing to sit good, but I also want it to be able to actually have some suspension trouble. I will have to come up a little bit, but we'll have to come up with a happy medium here. Stuff it, even with the car jacked up another inch, this was still touching the exhaust. I'm just going to smack it in and get it over and done with. Now, if you think this might have an effect on power, watch the Headers episode of Engine Masters. Let's see how this goes. Oh, it's still so high. Looks like I've done nothing. What the hell, man? It's still so high. What's going on? Such a bloody wheelbarrow. Okay, so I've just taken another coil off of these springs and I've popped them back in the car. I thought, before I put it back down, I want to throw these wheels on because I've been itching to do this since I got the car. I don't like these things. We've got the welds to go on. Let's get that done now. Here we are, new wheels on the car. I didn't even think of, it was such a rookie move. I didn't even consider the offset of these wheels and they are not right. I mean, they're probably gonna work, but the offset is just, they're sitting way too far out. I mean, as you can see the side here, like the wheel is just like in line with the guard. So I can't bring the car any lower. The front wheels are out too far. Realistically, they need to be inboard, like at least half an inch, but an inch would be nice, you know, but it'll work, but it's not ideal at all. But the good news is it looks way better. It does actually look so much nicer than other wheels, in my opinion. So now that I've got it out, just to make sure that everything works, it all clears somehow. Yeah, bring it back in. I'm gonna give it a wipe off and then maybe start looking at some reassembly stuff. All right, guys, so we are all wrapped up with the Cortina for this episode. It's been pretty much raining for the last 2 hours. I've been itching to get this thing out and into the sunlight to show you guys, wrap this video up, but unfortunately, the rain's set in for the day. But fortunately, we got this new carport keeping me dry here. Thanks, Ben. I'll show my members a video on this over the weekend. But as for now, this is going to be a wrap up on the Cortina. Absolutely stoked on the outcome. Thanks to Brett, who laid down some color for me. I just was running out of time and I didn't want this thing to go stale. So outsourcing the paint job has been an absolute blessing. Obviously moved ahead a little bit with also some reassembly and the new wheels. Absolutely stoked with how this thing is coming together. Stay tuned, because in upcoming episodes, we're going to start tackling the interior and also maybe some stuff under the bonnet as well. So if you haven't already, like, comment, let me know what you think of the Cortina. I'm absolutely stoked on it. What do you guys think? If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and we'll see you all on an upcoming episode. Cheers, guys.